This Bitcoin pattern has never, ever failed. So let's talk about it. Put this on the thumbnail. This is the pattern that never fails. 1 year before the halving event, then the top. And the pattern is pretty obvious that the halving will be at a higher point than the 1 year before point, and the top will be higher than the halving. And every single top is higher than the previous top. I mean, it's just really that simple. You zoom out, this pattern has held ever since the beginning, has not been broken, and I don't believe we will break it. And another pattern is every halving event is higher than the previous one, and every bottom, the 1 year before mark, is higher than the previous 1 year before. So every single metric that's measurable, or every single stopping point, I should say, every single point here, everyone just forms higher and higher. Now, because of law of diminishing returns, yes, you can't have the same kind of like parabolic growth. We will start slowing down, right? But still, higher highs, higher lows, higher halvings. Every single thing is higher, right? So from now on to the halving event, which is approximately this time next year, we will probably see Bitcoin slowly rise up. To what point? I don't know, 40, 50,000. And then from that point on, we will form a new high. And where's that new high? Well, according to this person, it could be $500,000. Rather than go up by 1,000, right? Like I seen like Plan B's stock to flow, every increment is 1,000 or 10x of starting with 1,000. This one is starting from 500, and you can't dispute it because it's been right. 500, you do a 10x to 5,000, do a 10x to 50,000, you do a 10x again. Can we hit 500,000 by the end of 2025? We will see. New milestone, more than 1 million addresses hold Bitcoin. I mean, these keep going up. This is under 1. You have 0.1 to 1 and then 0.001 to 0.01. Both, you could see, pretty much mimicking each other, and it makes sense because one is included in the other, right? But still, you could see both are going up exponentially and never ending. Just keeps going up. Despite, look at the price. Even though the price has been coming down from the top, you know, the address growth has not stopped and continues to go up and up and up and up and up. And of course, number of addresses with more than one, now over 1 million. But rest assured, not 1 million people on the planet has one Bitcoin. A lot more people have more than one address. Okay, so the number of actual whole coiners out in the world, who knows? Maybe it's like 200,000, 300,000, right? But it ain't a million. So if you're one of those, be proud. Remember when China kicked out all the miners, supposedly? And I told you guys, China has a bigger plan, right? And now this plan is obviously now showing. Because after they kicked out all the miners, supposedly, and the hash rate dropped to nothing. I know this is a little small, but the yellow-orange is the Chinese miners. Look at the hash rate once again. The hash rate has increased and picked up huge. Now, the hash rate in the United States, which is in pink, is still the largest right now. But you could see China's hash rate is ever so climbing rapidly, and soon will probably equal the United States once again, right? Like, what's the deal there? Well, we know that China is going really pro with Hong Kong right now, right? Trying to make Hong Kong the new Web3 hub. But they're not giving up on Bitcoin either. So, I mean, China has an agenda right now. So, that's why the fundamentals of Bitcoin keeps on improving. It's that simple. It's really that simple. That's why. But, you know, this also helps. Besides the fact that, yeah, you have great growing fundamentals, look at the past previous cycles. 2012, 2016, 2019. Of course, this is exaggerated a little bit because, you know, the scale goes up quite tremendously. But essentially, that's what happened, right? Kind of like the debt ceiling, you know, kind of the same path. But coming off a previous top, you have a year of bottom, right? Of going down. That was, and then afterwards, boom, right? Happened in 2012, 2016, 2019. Although we had a little bit, we had like a double top scenario, right? No, I'm sorry. That was I'm thinking about 2021. I'm sorry. But yeah, if you look at it overall, we came back down from the previous high, 69,000, right? And when we're ready and we're going to go back up, it's going to be parabolic just like all the times before, right? Financial freedom, life-changing wealth, or wife-changing wealth, whatever you're looking for, you can attain it by sticking with Bitcoin, holding, and DCAing. Got a little hairy for Bitcoin. You see all the way down to about 25.8 before bouncing back up a little bit, back to where we are, 26.8. If you zoom in a little bit, yeah, like right there. And it came out of nowhere, and I think that was because, okay, right now, obviously, we have a lot of fear, a lot of FUD, right? But this definitely contributed to it. Binance just said, okay, we're calling it quits in Canada, right? Binance, of course, Binance.com does not operate in the U.S. because of the SEC and regulatory concerns. Binance does have a Binance.US, but in Canada, they said they're leaving because Canada enforced new laws from the CSA. And this is due to FTX and all the lending companies going down. So CSA put some strict rules around like margin and credit and leverage and also what's considered a security and what's not. And that's why Binance like, nah, okay. So they tweeted this out saying, unfortunately, we are leaving. We're getting out. It kind of threw a little shade. You could see, even though it's like a small market, it held sentimental value. That's like a backhanded compliment right there. But anyways, they said they will continue to work with the Canadian regulators. But basically, because the new laws state that stable coins are considered securities, and there's something about investor limits because of these two reasons, they can no longer operate. So yeah, if you are in Canada and you still have your funds on Binance, you should probably withdraw. I don't know. They're going to give some kind of timeline. I don't know, probably like 60 days or 90 days or whatever. But unfortunately, those of you guys in Canada, you have to find another exchange. I don't know what's left. All the major ones left. I know Kraken left. I believe Binance is now leaving. I'm guessing Coinbase is still around. I'm actually not sure. And then Mr. Wonderful's WonderFi, I think they're still around. I mean, it's yeah. I mean, if you're in Canada, I don't know what's a big one besides Coinbase, I'm assuming. And that's pretty much it. So